In today's video, we're going to talk about what happens when horses choke. Oh, great. If you're new here, my name is Brandy, and this is my horse, Miss Kitty. This channel is all about horses and my journey with horsemanship. So if you want to learn more about horses or follow my journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. I hope we don't have a choke situation on our hands here. But this just flew out of her nose. So I'm going to keep a close eye on her for a little bit here. This is not good. I just gave Miss Kitty her grain. There's nothing I can do at the moment. This is where it's really hard with horses. Oh yeah, that's all coming out of her nose. Okay. She says that tastes terrible. Poor thing. Miss Kitty is 26 years old and she gets a senior feed. But this just happened. Just gave her grain about 10 minutes ago. And I'm not quite sure that we need a vet yet. I started filming after about the third cough that I heard out of her. As you can see, it's pouring out of her nose. She has drank a little bit of water today, not much. I kept her in last night. So about, I don't know, 8 o'clock last night I brought her in, simply because she likes to be in a stall. I'm not gonna let her come in, just because she's got so much stuff coming out of her nose. So she's gonna stay locked out of the stall just in case. I hate to think this way, but gosh, if something should happen, the last thing I want is for her going down in a stall. But you can see that stuff's coming out of her nose. And she was... Now, horses are unable to throw up. Not gonna lie, this is kind of making me gag a little bit. Gosh, poor honey. I'm gonna see how much grain she actually ate. Okay, she got through half of her grain. She says, yuck, it doesn't taste good. Poor honey. So she's my old girl. She's 26 and she's in semi-retirement, so I do use her still for lessons, but she doesn't work very hard at all. And she really needs the exercise, so she still does do a little bit. Just to kind of give you a history on her. Oh. We do have her on Previcox, which helps her with joint pain, because she is older, and she's on a joint fluid as well, and I have her on senior feed. So I'm going to keep an eye on her here for a little bit, and I will be putting in a call to my vet. But I do believe we're dealing with a case of choke here. Here, honey, do you want a drink? You want to take a little drink? I've had one other horse choke, and that was Rain, and it happened over 10 years ago. And it looked very similar to this. But she was able to clear it on her own. Sometimes they can't clear it on their own, and they need to see the vet. Poor baby. Okay, I've been observing her for a total of 7 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and call the vet and ask some questions. Okay, I just got off the phone with the vet, and what she said to do is to massage her from the throat latch down and see if maybe there's something lodged in her esophagus that might help it go down. And we're going to keep an eye on her. I'm going to keep a good watch out for a couple hours, and I'm going to get in touch with the vet in a couple hours and give her an update on how she's doing. And if this does not pass on its own, then I'm going to call and we're going to tube her. So this is on the vet's radar. She knows what's going on, and the fact that I was able to call her 10 minutes into noticing the first sign is probably a really good thing, because that gives a better chance of being able to catch it. No. And now she wants her food. I should have asked her that, if she could eat her food. I suppose if she shows interest in her food, it's a good sign. We'll see. So a few minutes ago, she did not show any interest in her food. So we'll see if she's able to eat this without it being an issue. Gosh, I sure hope so. This has been the year of vet bills. I have never had vet bills like I have this year, and it's all been things that was completely not, there's really nothing I could do about it. So Rosie was in January with all of her issues, and then if you haven't seen Rosie's story, I'll post the link above. Be sure to watch that, because man, that was crazy, and it can happen to any horse. So it's good to just get the knowledge, and I was able to document every single little thing. Oh, I see Miss Kitty's Previcox pill in there. You see it right there? That's her Previcox. She takes that for pain, for joint pain. And the vet did ask me if she was still on Previcox, because if she wasn't on Previcox, then we would have given her a dose of Banamine. And then with Manzer, just with all of the random weird stuff that happened with him and the amount of times that I had to call the vet. So if you haven't seen Manzer's journey, I highly recommend checking that out, because it's been so popular. A lot of people have really enjoyed following his journey and seeing all the weird stuff that can happen. And the way I look at it is, I think the reason we had so many strange things, because nothing was preventable. And it was all just stuff that just happened. But I genuinely think it was like God's way of saying, well, Brandy's the type of person that's going to share this information with everybody and create awareness for others. So let's go ahead and let everything happen to her so she can help educate everybody else. That's my positive way of looking at 2019 and all of my random vet bills and such. You know, there's nothing I can do about it, so you might as well try to somehow be positive. Okay, it's been about 2 hours, and Miss Kitty clearly feels a lot better. So this is a good outcome here. I feel like we got very lucky because this could have turned into a pretty bad situation. Basically what happens when a horse chokes is there's a mass that gets lodged in their esophagus. And when that happens, no food or water can go down. They can still breathe. It's not like humans. When we choke, it's completely different. So with horses, the biggest problem with choke is that they can aspirate and it can cause pneumonia. So that is something that I'm just gonna really watch her and make sure that I don't see this happening again, because that's pretty scary. So, and it's just a fluke. I mean, this can happen to any horse, and she's never had issues eating pelleted senior feed before, so I don't think that that's a problem. She just happened to maybe swallow too much at once and it just didn't go down. So good learning experience for everyone though, I think, and stuff to watch for. So I am gonna get in touch with my vet and let her know how she's doing. And then I'm gonna keep a real close eye on her and make sure that we don't have any further issues. Now, something that the vet recommended doing is to rub the esophagus from starting at the throat latch down, just sort of massage the horse's neck, and sometimes that can help clear the blockage. So I did that with Miss Kitty for, I don't know, probably about 2 minutes, and right after I was done doing that, she went over and took a drink of water and seems to be doing fine ever since then. So I don't know if that really helped or if it's just a coincidence, but hey, I'll take it. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you've ever got a horse that you're dealing with a situation of choke, maybe try just kind of rubbing their neck a little bit and trying to free that clog. Well, I'm really glad to see that Miss Kitty seems to be feeling better. You know, I've had a couple situations in my life where I've dealt with choke, and so I kind of know the signs to watch for. So the moment that you see stuff running out of your horse's nose, that's a really good indication right there. But I was really lucky that I could be here to watch every little thing happen. So it was just coincidence that I just happened to be there. So you think about how many horses go through stuff like this without anybody ever seeing it. Look at this little cutie pie hanging out next to Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty's over here just munching on her. Hey. And Manzer's having himself a little snack. He's getting so big. My mom lost a horse last fall from choke, and it was sad because he aspirated and got pneumonia, and there was just really nothing that they could do to save him. So it is something that I've seen happen enough times where I know how dangerous it can be. So I really hope that this video can help somebody in just being aware of the signs and what to watch for, because it may help save a horse's life, I hope. Now, you may have seen, I have a video that's called the worst part of owning horses. And if you haven't seen that video, that's Miss Kitty's mom that's in the video. So we had her till she was almost 37, and Miss Kitty's 26 now. So if you want to see a video of her mom and our absolute least favorite thing about owning horses, that'd be a good video to check out. I'm going to keep a close eye on Miss Kitty and just stay in touch with my vet. And now that it's on my vet's radar, if something does come up where I need her to come out, she'll be prepared for it. Well, I hope that you were able to find some value in this video, maybe found it a little bit interesting, or in some way or another this can help you for a future situation. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to follow my journey and learn more about horses. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.